Hello, guys, welcome to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We start with this report claiming that Barcelona have identified two key positions that need reinforcing for next summer. We are going to discuss more on that as we progress. Secondly, we are going to be talking about Joao Felix as Barcelona have reassured on the Lone Star about his future at the club, not worried about his dip in form lately. We are also going to be discussing more on that. So as we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Journalist Javi Miguel have reported via Colomania that Barcelona have identified two important positions that need reinforcing for the next season, and these are a pivot midfielder as well as a left winger. Given the condition at hand, Barcelona are expected to be quiet during the January transfer market. The message has been conveyed by club president Joan Laporta to manager Xavi Hernandez. In this context, quiet does not mean little business, but rather they are expected to go without signing any player due to the ongoing battle with finances. Of course, now Barcelona will indeed keep an eye on market movements, but an official move is highly unlikely. It's no secret that Sergio Busquets' departure has left a huge void in the center at Barcelona. Ever since his exit, the team has looked for replacement, and although they do have a certain Aurelio Romeo covering that position, he is not a long-term solution. There are a few names such as Wilfred Ndidi, Gabriel Moscato, and even Martin Zubimendi that have made it to Barcelona's wish list. However, the team needs to lay down a plan to analyze how far they can stretch their budget in order to sign a certain key player. Given the market situation and Barcelona's finances, expect the window to be a harsh mistress. So the question now is, why a left winger? The answer to this question is largely depend on Joao Felix's performance and his future at the club. After a stunning start to new life in Catalonia, the Portuguese made the left wing his own, but his effect has now started to fade so much so that he is without a goal in his last 10 games. In any way, Barcelona have assured the player that he will be retaining or he will be retained as they believe the player will regain his form once everyone around him gains momentum. At the same time, the reality is that Barcelona need to be prepared for the worst, since the chances of retaining the Portuguese are exactly similar to losing him. This is why the sports scene is in a state of uncertainty, and there is a prevailing sense that they need to place their bet on players with different profiles for the upcoming season. Of course, recently there have been a lot of talk about Barca targeting two key positions in the form of a new DM, first and foremost, a new DM, as Romeo has not been the man. He has not been the man that we thought he might be when Xavi brought him last summer, and also talking about a new left winger. But when we have been talking about this, what comes to mind is, but we have Joao Felix. Will Barca not look for a way to make his contract a permanent one? But it seems as though Barca still have faith in him, despite some reports also claiming how the player, Joao Felix, as well as Joao Cancelo, might not stay at Barca for the next season because they have not been good as the way the club thought they might be. But for me, that's just rumors because those two players are still key players, and despite their little loss of form, the whole team is not in good shape and good form. So it's not like they have to be good all the time. Xavi needs to work on his ideologies or his tactics, whatever, because the team is not playing well. We have been putting up some poor shows lately. can't even be convincing, losing games that were supposed to be won quite easily. So Barcelona are targeting these two key positions if there is a means in the January window. If not, then only in the summer. Of course, the new pivot position has been the talk of the town since last summer after Barca were linked with some good quality players in that position when Busquets departed to the MLS, of course, to join Messi at Inter Miami. Manager Xavi has been looking to add a quality DM, but finances have been a limitations as you would expect. The likes of Zubimendi, the likes of Joshua Kimmich, and so on and so forth. Brozovic. In fact, we were linked with some very good players, but poverty could not allow us to get what we needed to fly and compete. And that is why we're facing all this. Romeo is not a man. Romeo has gone down the drain in his form. And you will not expect the manager to always put him all times. He's slow. Romeo is not a man to play for a big team like Barca. There are some players that they play for little or average teams. They don't feel pressure to do it because Romeo is coming. He knows that he's the only one. There's no other natural DM. But the way things are going, we can't rely on him. Then on to the final story of discussion. After a strong start to his Barca career, forward Joao Felix has not scored or assisted in each of his last 4 games. But if a report from Sport is to be believed, the team from Catalonia is not worried about his form, as they believe he will get back to his best when the overall performance improves. Barca have assured Felix that his future with Barca is secured, although any decision regarding his permanent stay will be deliberated only next year. As far as his form is concerned, the club expresses confidence in his potential for improvement while also uploading his professionalism and dedication to the team. Of course, stats are worrying, but Barcelona are not. Truth be told, the ongoing season happens to be the worst for the forward in terms of scoring, having netted just 3 goals and as many as 13 assists in 13 games. Sorry, man. 3 goals in 13 games. The on-loan Barca ace has not found the back of the net in any of his last 10 games in all competitions, having started in 9 of those games. It's no secret that Felix is eager to make his mark at the club, hence the coaching staff recognizes the importance of easing his anxiety for optimal performance. Improvement is on the horizon with collective progress from the team. In all fairness, it's not all his fault as he is not getting enough service in the first place. On the other hand, the opponents seem to have devised his Barca strategy, which is making it tough for him to combine with his teammates, which is why his spark was worn off. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.